Happy New Year to everybody, and congratulations to our new paramedics and our newly promoted lieutenant. I'd like to start today by thanking our membership, the Mentor Fire Department, for the great job that they do each and every day and for taking such good care of our community. The Mentor Fire Department safely managed 9,187 calls last year. And it's just not responding to the calls, but it's the way they care for our residents. And I need to thank Mentor City Council, our city administration, and the community for their support. This is a great community. And I also need to mention the working relationships that we have with our neighboring fire departments. It's truly a team effort, and we couldn't do this job as well as we do without everybody's support. We have a great public safety delivery system in our region, and I'd like to acknowledge Chardon Police Chief Scott Niehus. Jake is his son. He'll be sworn in today. Scott and I go way back, and we have a great working relationship, and it's good to see you again. And Dave Burlinghouse, who's also a relative, retired from Mentors here today, so thanks for making the time to join us today, Dave. My name is Bob Searles, and I have the privilege to serve the City of Mentor as Fire Chief. This is a great community, and I want to welcome you to the City of Mentor and to today's swearing in. This is a special day. This is your day. Feel free to take pictures and video. Take the moment and enjoy it. I want to congratulate not only our new hires, but their families, and especially their parents and their grandparents. You had a big part of getting them here today, and I'm sure that you'll support them throughout their career. One thing that we can promise you as a fire department is we're going to work to keep them safe. This is a demanding job. We have great equipment and resources. We have a great team, experienced firefighters. We're going to work hard to make sure you have a safe and rewarding career. I also want to thank all the candidates that competed in the promotional process. We're promoting a lieutenant here today. It'll be the first promotion from the test that we just took. And that process isn't easy. That process is highly competitive, especially in our city. And the 24 promotional candidates that took the test this year represented our city well, and we're proud of them. And along with that, I want to thank the Civil Service Commission for all the work they do to prepare these candidates for hire and for promotion. It's a grueling process, but that process has to be managed. And Sharon Gladdy is in the back over there. She's the recording secretary for the Civil Service Commission, and she always does an outstanding job making sure that the process is fair and the candidates are taken care of. So thank you, Sharon, for all that hard work. There's a couple housekeeping items before we get started. I want to thank Annette and Brenda, they're in the back over there, for all the work that they did to put the ceremony together, to get it on the schedule, to get rooms reserved, to get the reception, which is going to be downstairs on the second floor, set up, and everything that they did to make sure that we got here today. Next, I need to thank Ante and his crew. I don't know where Ante's in the back with his camera. Jonathan and Gina are in the room over there. They're going to record this today, and they're going to make sure that it gets posted on Facebook and social media so that you can enjoy later. But they always do an excellent job capturing these moments. And our friends with News Channel 5 are here today. They're running a story on recruitment, and they found their way up here to take some time out to cover some of this ceremony here today. So thank you. Before we introduce our newly promoted new hires and our newly promoted lieutenant, I want to introduce my boss, Public Safety Director and City Manager, Mr. Ken Flipak, to say a few words. Mr. Flipak.
Thank you, Chief. Thanks, Chief. Yeah, I'll lift this up. I just want, on behalf of Mentor City Council and our entire administration, I want to welcome you all here today, and I really appreciate the fact that you are here. It shows your commitment to the new employees and the promoted employees that we are here to celebrate today. But it also shows, as the Chief said, your commitment to them and everything, and we appreciate everything you've done to get them to the point here today where we can take advantage of their potential and their leadership and the fine qualities that caused us to select them in the first place. We're extraordinarily proud. So as a safety director and city manager, I have a lot of responsibilities over the different departments in the city, but I will tell you, there's nothing that we take more seriously or hold more sacred than our safety forces here. Our fire department, our police department, and the work that you do is the absolute most important services that we provide to our community, and we're extraordinarily proud of the way that we do that. We have what we believe to be the finest safety department in total, our police and fire departments in Northeast Ohio and throughout Ohio. And that has everything to do with the people in this room, the leadership that Chief Searles and his staff provide on a daily basis. But more than anything, it's that commitment to being the best and to really wanting to serve. And whether it's in our fire department, our police department, that's what we stress on a daily basis. It's the opportunity to be able to serve our residents here and the guests that come into our community or who work in our community every day. And it's a real honor and a privilege to do that. We take that seriously, and we're just so happy that some of you today we're going to be able to celebrate bringing you on to help us with that task. This is a family, and one of the things that I was thinking about today was the fact that every time we do this, and we do this for all of our new firefighters and our promoted firefighters, we do this because it means so much to us. But one of the things that I guess we don't say enough is that when new opportunities open up to bring in new people, it's because other people have, generally speaking, have retired from our service. So today, when we think about 3 new opportunities opening up for the fire department, it means that 3 of our former employees have moved on and retired safely and have gone back home to their families. And as the chief said, that's our goal, is to make sure that each of you make it home safely every day and throughout your career. So we're going to do everything we can to make sure that happens. And I know that the people that you'll be working with will also make that their primary goal as well. So congratulations to all of you, and move along here.
Thank you, sir.
You new hires have the honor to be sworn in by Judge John Trebitz. He makes all these swearing in, and what's unique there is that he's part of this family, and I'm going to invite the Honorable Judge John Trebitz to come up and say a few words. Judge.
Thank you, everyone, and it is just an honor and a privilege to be here. I deal with headaches and heartaches. We try to help people too. And this is one of the most positive things that I get to do, and I enjoy doing it because I want to thank the grandparents, the parents, because you've raised some pretty good people. They've decided to put service above self, and I think that's one of the greatest things that you could do. And so I want to thank you. To the friends and fiancés and that, I want to thank you because we're going to get these people's time, and they're working for us, and we're so fortunate to have that. It is always an honor to do this for police and fire. I see police chief and others here, because we're tight, we're a family. I want you to know we are not here to be good. We're not here to be good. We're here to be the best. We're here to be the best. Now, that wouldn't be fair for me to tell you we're here to be the best without telling you how to be the best. So I've been thinking about this for a long time, and I read these books, and I watch people, and I see who's achieved in different stages of life. And here's my answer on how to be the best. To be the best in anything, as a spouse, as a worker, whatever you do. To be the best, you have to work the hardest, and you have to care the most. If you do that, you will be the best, and that's what we expect. So I want to thank all of you. This is just an honor for me. I get so excited doing this. I really do, because there's new blood coming in, and there's promotions, and that means people are doing good. And we are so blessed in our community with our safety forces, and it is my honor to do this. So thank you, and I can't wait to do it.
We'll respectfully call the judge back up in a little bit to give the oath of office, but before we do, and before I introduce Deputy Chief Ron Zach of the Mentor Fire Department, I want to acknowledge some other people that are here today. Chief Gunch and his staff. Nina's in the back. She's the supervisor of our dispatch center and her staff. And we have a great working relationship with our dispatch center. They take care of us every day. And we work all the time with the police on the road. And we're so thankful for all the department heads in the city of Mentor. But we have a special working relationship with police and dispatch. I also want to thank our new assistant city manager. He's kind of hiding in the back there, Robert Fowler. He helped us a lot with the promotional process in selecting the candidate for the lieutenant, and you were a great help, sir. Thank you. I also want to acknowledge retired Deputy Chief Joe Busher, who's in the back. He's currently the EMA director for Lake County. So Joe, thanks for taking time out today. And Larry Verbig's hiding back there. He's one of the lieutenants that's soon to retire. And he's served for 31 plus years with the city. He'll be retiring soon. So we want to wish you well, Larry. We're going to have a little reception for him tomorrow. Deputy Chief Bob Evans couldn't make it today. He was scheduled to be here and say a few words, but he's home ill today. We wish him the best. And I need to also acknowledge our union president, Jason Benton, who's in the back somewhere there. And I want to thank Jason for what he does to work with our administration so that we make sure that we are taking care of the safety needs of our department. At this point, I'd like to ask Deputy Fire Chief Ron Zach to come up. Ron, Zach, Bob Evans, and Lieutenant Brian Bittner were the hiring board that started the hiring process for our new hires. And I think they made an excellent selection and recommendation. They did a great job. And I'd like to ask Deputy Chief Ron Zach, who's the right-hand man, to come up here and say a few words about our new hires and our newly promoted lieutenant. Chief Zach?
I'm going to call each of the candidates and new hires up and give a brief bio so everybody can learn a little bit about each of them. I'll start with Mike Toman. So Mike, if you can introduce who's here today.
My fiance Holly, my son Blaze, and then my mom and dad, Mike and Darlene. Back in the back there.
Mike has been in the fire service for over 21 years. He started in Leroy Township in 2001, and he's recently promoted to fire chief. In 2005, we hired Mike here part-time. In 2012, he started as a career firefighter full-time with the city of Elyria, and 4 months later, we were able to bring him back to Mentor as a career firefighter with us. So Mike served a total of 17 years with the city of Mentor. Mike's accomplishments include he's earned a Bachelor of Science in Fire and Emergency Management through Purdue University Global. He's a fire instructor, fire inspector, EMS Con Ed instructor. He's also a member of the Mentor Technical Rescue Team. He's a program coordinator for our EMS equipment repair and purchasing. Mike currently resides in Hamden with his son Blaze. And again, he's engaged with his fiancee Holly. Mike's hobbies are riding dirt bikes, snowboarding, fishing, tinkering in his garage, and vacationing with family and friends. Thanks, Mike. You can stay up here, and then we'll just help everyone's up. Next one will be Jake. So Jake, if you can introduce who's here with you today.
My mom Michelle, my dad Scott, my uncle Dave, my aunt Colleen, my cousin Austin, my uncle Adam, and my aunt Tracy.
Jake comes to us. Jake's 22 years old, lives in Munson. He graduated from Chardon High School in 2018. Jake obtained his firefighter 1 and 2 and EMT paramedic training through Auburn Career Center. He taking classes at Kent State University, studying finance, business. He enjoys working out and hanging with his friends. And to reiterate what the chief, Jake comes from a family of community service. His dad's a police chief. We have his uncle's retired Mentor fireman, his current uncle's existing Mentor fireman, and his cousin just got hired 2 years ago with us. Thanks, Jake. Our next candidate, Jason Penicka. Jason, if you can introduce who's here with you today.
Yes, my fiance Kristen, my brother Ricky, my mom Karen, my grandpa Earl, my dad Eric, and my grandma Janice.
Jason comes to us with over 11 and a half years of experience. Jason attended Lakeland Community College, where he obtained his EMT basic, and then Auburn Career Center with his firefighter and paramedic training. Jason began his fire service career part-time, local department in Lake County, and was hired in Euclid in 2012. He worked there for 4 years, then transitioned over to Middleburg Heights in 2016. This past December, he found his permanent home here in Mentor. Jason is a lifelong resident of Mentor, resides in the Pine Gate neighborhood with his fiancée, and he's got a 5-month-old puppy. His younger brother, who's also in the fire service, is here with him. Jason's hobbies are spending time with family and friends, working out, traveling, hiking, biking, snowboarding, enjoys comedy, clubs, concert, and he's a big Cleveland sports team fan. So these are our new promotion and candidates. Round of applause. And just stay up here. We're gonna do some things.
Thanks, Brian.
Now is the all-important part of this ceremony, and it's the oath of office. And I'd like to again respectfully ask the Honorable Judge John Trevitz to come up and administer the oath of office. Judge?
Are you getting them? Okay, they want to see you guys, not me. So. All right. Please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name,
I, Michael Toman,
solemnly swear
solemnly swear
that I will support
that I will support
the Constitution
the Constitution
of the United
of
States
the United States
and the Constitution
and the Constitution
of the State of Ohio,
of the State of Ohio,
and observe
and observe
the provisions
the provisions
of the Charter
of the Charter
and ordinances
and ordinances
of the Municipality
of the Municipality
of Mentor,
of Mentor,
and that I will
and that I will
faithfully
faithfully
and impartially
and impartially
discharge and perform
discharge and perform
all duties
all duties
incumbent upon me
incumbent upon me
as state your position
as Lieutenant
of the Mentor Fire Department,
of the Mentor Fire Department,
Lake County, Ohio,
Lake County, Ohio,
to the best of my ability
to the best of my ability
and understandings.
and
All
understandings.
right, God bless. Let's hear it for us.
I'm pretty proud of these guys, and we hate taking somebody from another department, but Jason, we're glad to have you, and I'm hoping this is home, and I think we'll take good care of you. And Jake, I think you could have started your own fire department with all the family members, but we're glad you're here with us. And Mike, you're going to be a good one. Normally, we just move right into the pinning of the badge ceremony. It's a tradition in the fire service, but today I thought I'd talk a little bit about that. Following the oath of office, we have a loved one come up and pin a badge on. It's very special, but before we move to that, I want to take a minute to comment on that tradition. I don't want to ever forget the importance of our public trust and just what a firefighter's badge represents. We moved a lot from wearing our badges every day to patches, but the badge is special. Because the public trust is a tremendous responsibility. It's one that's rarely afforded to just anybody. But with that trust comes responsibility. And I want you to stop and think about this, because by our very nature as firefighters, we are the only service in the country that's welcomed into someone's home or business or property without a search warrant in order to protect and take care of the public. And our public, the community that we serve here, places our trust in us, police and fire. If you don't know it already, you guys are serving a great community. We're very well supported by this community. They take good care of us. They make sure we have good equipment and the ability to do our job safely. So you made a great choice in choosing the city of Mentor as your career. So when you pin your badge on, whether it's sworn in as a newest firefighter or a promoted officer, I want you to always remember what that trust represents. and the high code of conduct that we collectively must uphold. To our newest members, remember this is an organization of select membership. Not everybody can belong, but you chose to belong, and with that comes certain responsibilities. One of those responsibilities that I'm going to ask you is to be reminded of the oath you just took and what your badge represents whenever you wear it. Let it remind you how critical and sacred our public trust is. I know you're going to do an awesome job taking care of the community, and I know you're going to be rewarded many-fold by the service that you provide. You're going to make a difference in people's lives. And with that said, I'd like you to call the person that you invited to pin your badge on. It's a very special moment. If you can invite them up now. For the audience, if you can make sure you get good pictures of this. This is a very special moment. So please call your loved ones up.
Thank you.
You guys ready? Okay. Thank you, and if you don't mind staying up here for a minute, thank you. Can we give our new hires and our newly promoted a round of applause? As I just mentioned, I think that you made a great choice in choosing the city of Mentor for your career. I challenge you to do your best, to always take care of people, to listen to the advice that Judge Trebitz just shared. There will be no doubt that you'll make a difference in people's lives. We're going to conclude this ceremony now. Before we close the formal part, I'd like to tell you that you're always welcome at the fire station. I hope you make time out to take a tour of our stations, see the equipment we have, see the environment that they're going to be working in. They're probably going to spend about a third of their lives there. There'll be some long days there. You're always welcome to visit and be a part of the family when they're on duty. But I hope you make some time to come out and just see the environment that they're working in and what the city of Mentor has to offer. As we close the ceremony, I want to tell you that there's going to be an informal small reception downstairs in the second floor conference room. Before we go down there, feel free to take some pictures in city council chambers with the American flag. And as soon as you're done taking some photographs, come on down and we'll have some cake and coffee and some light refreshments. As always, be safe, stay well, and thank you for sharing these guys with us. Thank you for coming today. This closes the formal part.